I find that since I've been more my natural state of feminine, and I'm attracting things at a faster pace because feminine is receiving, masculine is giving. Masculine energy would be something like make it happen. And feminine energy is like, no, it's just gonna come to me without me having to go out there, struggle, or to hustle. Right? Like there's a lot, if you notice in our society, it seems to lean more into action versus being. It seems to give more of, make you appear like the thought that you're more successful if you're action oriented, if you're hustling hard, if you're a go-getter. Those are all very masculine things. If you're feminine, or if you're leaning more into your feminine energy, maybe you don't identify with that. And that's why it's so important to discuss this today, which is you can actually get things accomplished by essentially receiving through the universe giving it to you, which is what law of attraction is. Masculine way of law of attraction is like, here is a technique, go through these steps and follow it from a linear process. Whereas the feminine version of it is that just because I think about it, I feel it, I project those feelings, and I feel it inside, then therefore it comes to me without me having to go out there on into the world or external way. Does that make sense? Am I being clear on how I'm explaining that?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And the sense that I got from your explanation is this, that yes, as much as we cannot really discount the masculine aspects, but we got to take full advantage of the feminine aspects as well. How I'm putting it across is that, yes, for me, this is what I got from your discussion. You cannot really rule out being focused. Yes, you have to be focused. You cannot rule out planning is important, because if you don't plan, things could go wrong. Being focused is important, planning is important, belief is important. All these masculine traits, they are important. Hard work is important. You have to work hard. You can't just sit and expect with law of attraction everything will happen, but nothing actually happens on its own. Yeah, but on the other side, lean in or draw strength from your masculine traits, which could be, yes, don't get desperate for anything, right? So being, I like that word, being. So
being is feminine.
Being is feminine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I like the word so once I've, you're right. So once I've finished all these traits, doing, planning, focus, I'm not going to discount all this because I still believe these are very important traits. But as you earlier mentioned, that yes, a balance of both. So I think, first of all, planning, focus, hard work, believing yourself, all these things are pretty important, but don't add desperation to it. Don't get desperate, don't try to make it happen. So now after all these things, do your part, lean into the feminine side, being, receiving, and as much as we're doing all these things, don't get desperate. Yes, now the law of attraction will start working for you and you'll be on the receiving end and you'll attract a lot more better things. You don't have to be aggressive, which is the negative trait you told about the masculine side. You don't have to be manipulative, which could be the negative trait of the feminine side. So these things won't come into you. You'll be always the best of these two zones. Is that right?
Yeah, and I want to say, so when it comes to feminine, Mother Earth, right? Okay. We call her Mother Earth. There you go, Earth. We call her Mother Earth. And so a big part of feminine is creation and death, understanding when a cycle is over. Because as much as there's staticness with feminine and male is action, getting things done. And so in terms of feminine, if you feel like you're in one, just like the seasons, right? The seasons are not for 10 days. It could be, they're for 4 months. And sometimes in Canadian weather, it could be longer than 4 months. But it's not overnight, right? There's a cycle of things, right? And that's very feminine. And so whereas masculine is, get go action, and that clarity, that focus, and one step over the other. And so what's important is feminine understands creation and death, which is it could destroy what's not necessary to be able to make room for new things to come in. You need to be able to nurture all that within you, because since I have, life is so much easier. Whereas when I was living in masculine all the time, it was so like strategy, implementation, analysis. And when I go into feminine, it's very intuitive. There's certain things that I do that come really naturally when I lean into the intuition that actually turn out much better they're both good. They're both good, but for me, they turn out much better, the final product, the final creation. And yeah, I would have to say that.